That's still my Superman. Superman. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alright, so we're back with the actual review and breakdown, I guess you could say, of Superman. I watched it last night, posted my initial review. Y'all seem to fuck with it. But I have some key points I wanted to talk down so that I could, I wanted to compose myself so that I can actually give it an honest review. Indulgent rating hasn't dropped. It's still a 9.5 out of 10. I'm also going to go see it again on Sunday or Monday, so I doubt it will drop, but yeah. First things first. Spoiler warning. Right now, 40 seconds in, spoiler warning. Everything after this, I'm actually spoiling. I know I didn't really spoil last time, but it's getting spoiled this time. To start it off, Superman. This portrayal rivals Christopher Reeves. Truly, I don't think it's better. I think they both are very well in their own hand, but I think that it genuinely just embodies Superman. It embodies hope. So let's catch you all up on to basically what is going on in the universe. Metahumans have been around for 300 years. Clark has been Superman for 3 years, and the beginning of the movie takes place 3 hours after his first fight with the Hammer of Baravia, which is actually Ultraman in disguise being controlled by Lex. And we really open up with that scene in the trailer with him giving his cape to Krypto. And off the rip, the first time I saw Krypto to the last time I saw Krypto throughout that movie, he brought a smile to my face every time. This movie just embodies hope, but Krypto is hope. Superman is hope. I like what they did with his glasses. I like how, because James Gunn isn't one to just put something to the side and he needs to explain why something is something. You know what I mean? So it's Superman can just put on his glasses and oh yeah, no. Basically he has hypno glasses, which gets explained by Guy Gardner later on in the game or in the movie. Lois. That's my Lois. Damn, that shit really wasn't recording. I don't like when a lot of times I'll put a love interest into a movie and then they're just kind of there. Lois actually did something. Lois, they wouldn't have won without Lois, and it was great. All right, she's not Iris, and I think her dynamic with Superman was great, and I also think that she's just a little bit of a bitch, but she's great. Mr. Terrific. There's nothing bad about him. There's this one scene, towards the end / middle point of the movie, where you just see him dog on half an army. Peak cinema. The theater literally clapped afterwards. Guy Gardner. Now, they low-key set him up kind of like an anti-hero, but he's really not an anti-hero. He's a part of the Justice Gang that they got going on. They don't have the Justice League set up yet. And he's really just a dick. But at the same time, he's I watched an interview with Nathan Fillion, and the way he described it is, if you want the most powerful lantern, if you want the goodest lantern, you're not going to call on him, but if you want something to get, if you want to get some shady shit done, bring him up. Basically. But also, the Justice Gang is funded by Max Lord, who isn't a villain yet in the movie, but we do get a glimpse at him on the news afterwards. We're pretty sweet. Now, Metamorpho, honestly, I like him. I don't really like how they progress with him. I don't understand what changed his mind beside. Basically, they used him Lex used him to keep Superman at bay because he could create kryptonite. And then he all of a sudden had a change of a heart when he saw someone get shot right in front of him. And was like, yeah, you can break through the glass, right? Alright, bet. And it's he didn't even... I understand, because, excuse me. Superman tried to talk to him, and he was kind of just nah, get out of here. Go, don't fucking talk to me. He literally raised the kryptonite to his face. Nope. So I understand, but... It was a little wonky there. The post-credit scene. Now, in the post-credit scene, basically, Lex created a pocket dimension, and that pocket dimension created a black hole, which caused a rift in Earth that was going to kill it. But they obviously stopped it. But at the end of the movie, Mr. Terrific put a building back together, and it looked a little cracked. And Soup was just looking at it and was looks a little off. Now, obviously, it was a joke. Mr. Terrific was hey man. He was like, no. And then Superman was like, oh, I could be such a jerk sometimes, but I feel like there's a little hidden meaning behind it. What I mean by that is I think that he's going to use this whole like collapse in this pocket dimension to reboot with Peacemaker and everything, and I think we'll see more of it in Peacemaker Season 2 in August. So when that comes out, I'll also be reviewing that and giving up some theories for that. Spoiler warning. Supergirl, bro. That's my Supergirl. Millie Alcox was great. She comes in at the end of the movie, just smashes into the fucking Fortress of Solitude, was like, hey, where's my dog? Because, Superman was fostering him. She grabs the dog, just dips out, says, I'll see you later, bitch. Love it. Hawk Girl sucks. I'm not gonna lie. She is a bitch. Capital B. And then Lex Luthor. I'm not gonna lie. I really had some doubts for Lex Luthor. Because I really enjoyed Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor, honestly. I really liked his philosophical approach to it. It was really different. But this is my Lex. Oh my God. He embodies what Lex Luthor is. Lex Luthor is just pure envy, pure hate, and pure disgust for Superman. And the way he portrays that in this movie is so on the fucking nose. And like I said yesterday, towards the end of the movie, he like starts to cry a bit, and like it's not even that I feel bad for him, it's just the way that they progressed through that last scene. It just makes you feel a little gut wrench for him, like damn. Because yeah, he's just some billionaire trying to get rid of an alien, and this is a very political story. However, at the same time, he probably was a little scared. And he definitely let his envy and everything take over, but he probably was a little scared. He probably didn't want Superman there, because he was a little scared. But that's besides the point. You're going to prison, buddy. And then last but not least, this Gods and Monsters. So if you didn't know, this like section, this beginning portion of the DCU, like almost like Marvel phases or Marvel sagas, this is the Gods and Monsters era, I guess you would call. And you could definitely tell in a movie it's Gods and Monsters. I mean, I'm not going to say too much, but I'd be excited. And I wouldn't, like I said yesterday, I would not be surprised if the DCU overtook Marvel in terms of revenue and popularity within the next 10 years. I would not be surprised if we had a DCU dominant cinematic universe. But that's all for today. Tomorrow, I will be coming out with the review for this. I'm finished reading it today, and then maybe record some video today or tomorrow. I don't know, but it will be up tomorrow. But I'll see y'all boys later.